Welcome back, players and collectors, to my channel, Ren's Collectibles, and welcome to another TCG Talk. Today, I'm going to try to be as brief as I can. I'm just not feeling all that great, and also I have to leave for work here pretty soon, so I don't really have a whole lot of time, but we're going to be doing some Lorcana news, because that has been very disappointing. And we're going to be talking Pokemon's newest set, the black and white special releases, which I can't wait for. I cannot wait for. But we're going to just jump right on into it. Okay, so as you guys can see on the screen here, I have the latest Disney Lorcana Twitch stream. Boy, oh boy, was that one a disappointing stream too. If any of you guys watched, you already know that they made a pretty big announcement on Worlds, which left everybody in just amazement at how mismanaged and mishandled this was. Essentially, what's going down is there was a leak of information on the World stuff, and like this new rarity coming for the next seasons and stuff for the sets. But we got some dates in, I think it was June or July, for the Disney Lorcana Worlds. And everybody was excited. Everybody's talking about how this is going to be the biggest thing, and like this is the finale, the strong finish to this great first season of Disney Lorcana. And then they did this, where they just got on and talked about, hey, by the way, we're not going to open up Worlds to everybody. It's just going to be the players participating. But don't worry. You will get a live stream to watch it all unfold, just like if you were here. What? Nobody wanted that. People wanted to go. Are you kidding me? This was the biggest swing and a miss from Lorcana to date. And I have generally been really positive on Lorcana and Ravensburger as a whole. This was a huge miss. Like, they messed up big time. They tremendously, it's just mind-blowing, the decision here. Now look, I'm sure they have some reason as to why they aren't opening it up to everybody. Maybe it's a small venue space, or maybe, they only can have so many people, or, whatever the case is. Maybe it's just not prepped and planned far enough in advance. But at the end of the day, that's kind of what it comes down to, is they were not prepared for what was coming. They were not prepared, even all season long, all year long, as things have been progressing, and these regionals and everything, they were just getting big. They were getting massive. Set champs were getting big. People were playing. And how did you not expect, at least 1,000 spectators wanting to show up to Worlds? Like, how could you not make that happen? Like, you could see this chat on the side over here. Everybody's disappointed, and it's, I don't understand the thought process behind it. Like, it feels like a knee-jerk reaction. Like, they knew they had to get something out there because they haven't planned for anything. And so this is what happened. It's so bad. I'm sorry. I know there's, it's great that they're still doing the Worlds. It's great that, the game's still moving, and it just doesn't feel, it doesn't feel like it's moving great. I don't know. That's not the sign of a game that's growing and expanding. It's truly not. It's quite the opposite, in fact. It's a sign that a game is struggling, and it just leaves a lot of uncertainty in the air about what's happening next with Lorcana. Is it going to move on? Because let's be honest, there's been a ton of rumors if Lorcana is going to close doors after this first season, if they didn't make enough money, because you know how Disney is, and if it was just going to end. And I think it made a lot more people start to question that versus make them feel better. And sure, they made some announcement in there too about, like, the next season will be better. Sorry, we kind of mishandled this. That's not comforting at all. That is really not comforting at all. Like, not even slightly. I know there's a lot of people that share my sentiment, and there's a lot of people that were just happy that they're still having Worlds, whatever. I'm glad that they're still having Worlds. This was just a huge swing and a miss for me. I was pretty disappointed. Like, truly, I was thinking about, when they announced it, wherever they announced it, which we kind of figure it would probably be at like Disney World or something, which, spoiler alert, it is. We kind of figured that it would probably be some exclusive type of thing. And, Disney World's already hard enough to go to. And a lot of people aren't going to be able to do it. But you're still going to get, a good 1,000, 2,000 people to show up and watch and spectate. And everybody, we know how big the World's Championship is for Pokemon. People show up just to watch live. They show up to the side event stuff. They show up to battle their friends and just to be, hey, we made it to Pokemon Worlds. That's what people want to do for Lorcana. They wanted to show up. It was the first Worlds ever. It was supposed to be a monumental thing. This should have been the biggest final punch for the first season of Lorcana. That just, you want to end your season with so much bang that it brings more people into the next season. And I feel like Lorcana really missed on that. I really do. I know so many people that are into Lorcana, not just in my local area, but like, through social medias and all that. People are dropping like flies from Lorcana. I don't know how they came up with this decision. I don't know why they came up with this decision. All I know is it was a pretty poor choice. Just going to be honest. And if it was logistics, if that was the reasoning, then you failed from the start by not ensuring that this could happen, that this was going to go. What it tells me and what it tells a lot of other people is that you didn't even have confidence in your own game to make it this far. And now you're just sitting there going, well, what do we do now? What do we do? This was immensely disappointing. This was just, yeah. I don't even really know what else to say. It was so mismanaged, so sad to see how much hype was building for the game, how much excitement for the Worlds was, and then this came out and it's just like, well, there it goes. I guess none of us get to participate now. None of us get to experience the fun and the joy, whatever. And sure, they don't need to open it up to people. They really don't need to. It's their game. They can do whatever they want. But let's not act surprised when Lorcana is not doing well for Season 2. When people are not playing. Like set champs are even happening this weekend. I know one game store about an hour away from me was hosting their set champs, had like a third of what their usual population to show up is. I mean, people are literally dropping out of this game now. This World announcement stopped a ton of people from playing. Imagine that. Because if you're not going to make it, if you don't get the points or the invitation to Worlds, then what is it for? Like, you can't even have fun with it. I don't know. That's my soapbox. That was the big news for Lorcana. I know they do have another live stream on Twitch planned for tomorrow, which is May 6th. So that's going to be another one. I check it out, I guess. I will try to tune into it. We'll see what happens. I'm thinking it's for the World's information stuff that got leaked and how the next set is going to have some interesting stuff. But, we'll watch tomorrow and find out. All right, let's move over to the black and white stuff now, because this is what is my favorite. I love Pokemon Black and White. And Scarlet, Violet, Black Bolt, White Flare dual set revealed, 151 style set. So this will be a special set like 151. There's been a lot of interesting things coming out about this. But first of all, I love those packs. I cannot wait. Black and White were my favorite Pokemon games. They still are. I shouldn't say were. They still are. Gen 5, Unova, my favorite generation. So this, to me, is just absolutely exciting. I love this. I cannot wait for this. The 4 set for 2025 in Japan is the Black Bolt White. Where'd it go? Black Bolt White Flare. This dual set is scheduled for release on June 6th. I believe this is coming out in July for the English version as well. But just like 151, this includes all 156 Unova Pokemon released in the Black and White video games. They specifically mentioned this set. This is the setting for the adventures of Pokemon Black and White and Black 2, White 2. So I'm thinking a Black and White remix is inevitable at this point. Remix? Did I say remix? I meant remake. I'm excited for that. First of all, the possibility of that just gets me so hyped up. But check this out here. We're bringing back the old black and white style of foil. So this looks a little bit different. It looks slightly different because I think this is like the OG one here. And who knows? These are all like digital images, so they could look slightly different. But they're going to be bringing back that sideways, that horizontal hollow pattern. And it says all information or important information is that the 156 Unova Pokemon in this set will have AR or SAR card as confirmed in the slide during the live stream. So literally all 156 Unova Pokemon are going to get a special card attached to it. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. That means Darumaka and Darmanitan are going to be getting some SAR or AR treatment. And you guys know now that I am doing a journey for collecting Darmanitans. So I am super excited for this. More cards have been revealed. They've been kind of like slowly revealing a bunch. But like right here, you can see we got the Oshawott, Duat, and Samurott line there. Really, really nice. Let's see. Got all these different cards. Now some of these are pretty basic. We've seen a lot of these cards before. Superior. Let's see. There's the Victini. And there's some cool stuff coming with that. There's the Reshiram. But this is the stuff right here that is getting everybody excited. You got Snivy. Whatever this one is. I can never remember this one's name. For whatever reason. Servine? Maybe it's Servine. Superior. Oh, it's also interesting is because Superior gets a lot of love, but the other ones typically don't. Look at that Victini. I love that card so much. This might be one of my top chases right there. You got Tepig, Grumpig, Emboar, and then we've just seen these ones. They're just so good, but they're introducing a monochromatic rarity, a brand new rarity. I'm not sure how many cards are going to get this, but look at how sick this is. We saw in the original Black and White series, we got the monochromatic cards, and they're kind of bringing them back in full texture form. This is the Zekrom. We've got the Reshiram, baby. That looks so good too. Woo. And the Victini. I'm not a huge fan of the red. I'm going to be completely honest. I love Victini. It is one of my favorite Pokemon. One of my favorite legendaries, I should say, mythicals. But I'm not so sure about the whole red card thing. The black and white looks good. Those two look super good. Very clean. This one just kind of hurts my eyes a little bit. I'm going to be honest. I'm still going to chase it. Oh boy, you better believe I'm still going to chase it. It hurts my eyes a little bit. And then we got the pack arts here. These are, of course, the Japanese pack arts, but oh my God, am I going to be trying to get some boxes of these? I'm excited about this. I'm very much looking forward to it. So it says this set will launch on June 6th. Each booster box containing 20 packs. And that's about all that information here. Now we do have the special card file set where you're going to get the Victini. You're going to get 3 of each. And whatever that is. I don't know what that is. Yeah, but it's a good way to get the promo. Good way to get some packs. And then here we kind of have some card information, I guess. Reshiram EX. This is the one I'm going to try to be doing a whole lot more. All this attack does 50 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. Discard an energy from this Pokemon. So this is going to be a good one. This Reshiram is going to be kind of like the Charizard from Obsidian Flames, where just the longer the game goes on, the further in the game, the more powerful he gets. I'm okay with that. That's a pretty good one. Embor. I just want to see the Darmanitan, man. And it's just not in here yet. It's just not in here. Ooh, Ignition Energy. If this card is attached to one of your Pokemon, discard it at the end of the turn. This provides 1 colorless while it's attached. If this card is attached to an evolution Pokemon, it provides 3 colorless instead. Ooh, that's going to be a good one. That's going to beef up. Imagine have Blood Moon Ursaluna out. Oh, I guess that Blood Moon Ursaluna is only a basic, so it wouldn't count. But dang, that's gonna be pretty good though still. So yeah, Black Bolt, White Flare coming out here soon. It's a 151 style set, which is super cool. I am very much looking forward to this. This is gonna be a fantastic set. I also want to say, just before we kind of wrap this up, because I'm trying to keep this as a short one, as I've said before, keep checking the PokemonCenter.com. I would highly suggest you guys follow some restock people on Twitter or Discord, stuff like that. And I'm saying that because Pokemon Center and Target and Walmart, they've been putting out pre-orders for Destined Rivals pretty much daily for the last 2 weeks now. And there's been some drops for Prismatic Evolutions. There's been some drops for 151. You guys need to do it. They're doing the queue system to try to hopefully alleviate some, people from buying tons and tons and tons, which I think has actually helped quite a bit. And I say that because me, somebody who works a lot, and I am not home at my computer very much, and I don't have the opportunity to just sit and wait for these things to drop, I get notifications, and I'll pull it up on my phone, and I'll just let my phone sit in the queue. And I was able to get a 1 or 2 ETBs for Destined Rivals. I've been able to get some of the booster bundles. I think I got 1 Prismatic Evolutions ETB coming. So there's been some good stuff. It's definitely worth it. And there is some hope. I really like the way that Walmart did their drop last week too. They did a queue system, but it was, I don't know, it was better. It was more efficient than the Pokemon Center drop as well. I don't know if they were just letting more people in at a time or what, but it just seemed to be going better. So make sure you guys are doing that, so that way you have an optimal chance at getting some of the stuff. And like I said, if I can get some of that product, you guys definitely have a shot at getting some of that product too. So don't be discouraged. You guys can do it. I believe in you. Keep checking your local restocks, your local store restocks, and don't pay the scalper prices. It's not worth it. I get it if it's like 1 or 2 packs. I see those people doing the daily pack things, and they go and they, maybe pay $5 more for a pack. I don't think that's a big problem. I don't think so, especially because that might be your only chance to get some packs, but don't do the ETPs and the booster boxes and all that. Don't pay those heavy prices. It's not worth it. There's chances you have at getting some of those higher end product online still. So don't lose hope. There is a chance you could get it. And the last thing before we end here, I'm going to talk a little bit about Mythic TCG. I know it's an indie trading card game. A lot of people don't, pay much attention to, but if you're a fan of my channel, you know about Mythic. Mythic TCG is about to start up their 2nd season of their Team Battle League. So if you guys are wanting to join in, now's the time to do it. If anybody is wanting to learn to play, make sure you join the Discord first, and then you can reach out to me. You can reach out to Norseman, Max, Raxi. There's a ton of people that are willing to help people learn and play. And of course, we want you guys to join in these battle leagues so we can continue to grow and expand. It's just a ton of fun. In a time where games like Lorcana is just disappointing people left and right, and then Pokemon is just super, super hard to get. It's fun to have a game like Mythic that, is available. There are people willing and ready to play, and it's just a great community. So that is all I'm going to say on that. I think that's the end of this TCG Talk episode. I don't think my voice is going to support me very much longer anyway. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. Again, sorry about the voice. Let me know what you think down below about the Disney Lorcana news and the Pokemon new Black and White special sets. Also, let me know if you guys think that Black and White remix, I keep saying remake is coming. I think it is. I want to know your thoughts down below. Thank you guys. We'll see you in the next one.